A blink of an eye, a momentary darkness, and I'd lost everyone I'd ever loved and everyone I ever knew. That blink had lasted 1,000 years. My face and body were still covered in thick white bandages when they took me out of the cryogenesis. I tried to scream, but I couldn't move my mouth except to make unintelligible burbles. I could barely flail with my arms and legs. I was completely paralyzed, but I didn't feel like it. It's like I could still send the signals for movement, but my messages were distorted, misinterpreted by my body. Everything felt wrong, and in the chaos of being moved, I couldn't stop seeing the truck that had hit my turning car on that blind intersection. They had remade me. Yes, oh boy, you wouldn't believe the machines. Like nothing I'd ever seen before. Healing lights they called regenerative luminescence, a computer-printed organ replacement, and a staff of doctors who they later informed me were all machines that looked like humans. All androids. You see, and please don't be alarmed by this, but most of the population is comprised of these androids. A woman who called herself the Ambassador told me in my hospital room. I was speechless. How could I ever adjust to this new world? But how? I couldn't begin to process it. They are just like people, really. The woman smiled. She was very pretty when she smiled. She had one of those smiles that were the perfect composition, the right kind of curve to highlight the eyes. You see, she continued, you're missing a bit of history. But you'll get all that later, through the cognitive adjustment implants when you sleep tonight. All you need to know for now is, well, and please don't panic at this either. She was still smiling. What? What is it? People. People like you, I mean, only make up 1% of the population. Call it a reproductive disease. You can imagine mass infertility, global panic, and so androids were the simple solution. Grow people in labs, and we can still have people. Her eyes were fixed on mine. I couldn't place it just then, but I felt like she was sending me hidden signals through her steady look. And that's where we come back to you. She finally blinked. I just noticed that she hadn't blinked before. Now she did it deliberately, in a rhythm, her long lashes like a flutter of wings. That's why we've been refurbishing the stock in our cryo-storages. We need people, regular people. We need people like you more than ever. Oh my God, I muttered, my body tightening with the pressure. What had I been revived for? Had I been returned to this world to fulfill some kind of destiny? She moved her chair closer to me, still smiling, her eyes now looking me up and down. You see, we started to run out of your kind of people. We keep them all together, and we let them repopulate in a safe environment, carefully constructed to replicate your kind's natural habitats. In my mind, this sounded like breeding. I'd been brought back from the dead to breed, with the last of the surviving population of humanity. My heart fluttered. This was a total erotic fantasy, and it was my real life. But the woman continued. Then my people visit, and it is a very educational experience for us. We take our children to visit your kind. Some of our human keepers write papers and study your habitats. You won't be able to leave the confines of your enclosure, though, for your own safety, of course. But we got our biomes to mimic the real night and day cycles, and to broadcast a copy of the stars. It'll be like the real thing. We even have authentic loincloths from your time. Oh, wait. What you're saying is... And you're our most attractive subject yet. No deficiencies, perfect symmetry, a representation of your time period, the early 2000s. Beautiful. She had gotten closer. and my animal mind had assumed she would initiate something of a different nature. Instead, she pulled out a camera, and we both turned towards its lens. "A human zoo," I could only mutter, as the shutter flashed and more pictures were taken. This short story was written by a Reddit user named Eric Orwell Blair. Thank you, Eric. I hope you enjoyed my reading of your story.